Hi, I'm Layla Kyer of the Narrative House, and I'm here with Kathryn Matz, Senior Partner of Hands-On, a learning and organizational development consultancy, and the mastermind behind the Reset Leadership Program. Kathryn, thanks for being here. And I first have to know, what was the inspiration for the Reset Leadership Program?
Yeah, nice to see you, Layla. I mean, you know what? I think we sort of, myself and my colleagues, we just kind of presumed that all of these key elements for leaders coping with this current climate were already available in one package. And, then we started hearing from clients saying, hey, do you know if this program exists? And I was like, we started doing some digging and we were like, surely this exists. But what we found was it didn't exist. The first module is very much about helping ground the leader, right? And what they need to be thinking about for themselves and for their function and their team right now. So things like anticipating future scenarios, things like, demonstrating authentic leadership, self-awareness, maintaining trust across the team. So that's module number one. Module number two, we call your talent. So next up is, how do you think about your team right now and what their needs are? Because they're going to vary by individual. And as we know, different individuals based on their leadership skills are going to have varying levels of capabilities when it comes to understanding individual needs. So that's your talent, which is really helping leaders think about how do they potentially reorganize their teams and the work, but also how do they keep them engaged whilst being empathetic and so forth. And that could be things like, we need new team norms, right? The way that we're working has completely changed. Module number three, we call your space. And that's really about, as you can imagine, rethinking how we work in this sort of current order. I don't even want to call it new world order, because I think we're all hopeful that at some point we're going to return to some normalcy, and I'm sure we will. But there's a very fluid situation in terms of how work gets done. And then the fourth module is your tools, right? And again, we anticipate that we're going to have leaders with varying levels of expertise around technology. But what are some tools without a high investment? What are some tools that are available to help the leader and their teams better work and thrive together under this current climate? Your tools also include things like, are there practices? So it's not just like, systems, technologies. In that regard, things like processes and practices, we'd also regard as your tools. And so, we may find through those discussions as a leader that things that we were doing pre all of this were already subpar. Now is a great opportunity to look at that and realign. Even if things were fantastic before and totally optimized, they may not be optimized for this current climate. So that's really what we're going to look at and work through with each of the participants is, what's your personal journey, not only as yourself, but also how you think about your function and your strategy and your future direction. Your team, your talent, how do you optimize that situation, your space, and then your tools. So you can kind of understand why I said earlier, clients were saying to us, why isn't this all put in, one immediate package? And I was like, I'm sure it is. And then I realized, oh my goodness, no, it's not. So
absolutely, someone had to do it. We're all learning as we go.
Absolutely.